Let's do this. Chihayafuru episode 19. 3, 2, 1. Let's jam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look how hot though, yo. That's so interesting though, the fact that they're going with the whole his weakness is his eyes concept. And specifically that it's hard for him to like look from the peripherals. So it's kind of like a depth of field type of thing to where he can really only focus on what's in front of him, which is very, very interesting. And I'm wondering like how that's going to continue to utilize this to his advantage. But knowing Shanks, like I was talking about in the last video, there's no way he wouldn't know about this weakness if he has been this champ for so long and been at the top of the game for so long. He obviously knows about this weakness and has some sort of counter for his own weakness, right? So we'll see what happens, man. I still can't get over how amazing that last episode was. In episode 18, I've gone back and rewatched the episode at certain moments quite a few times. Amazing, amazing stuff. And then episode 20 comes out later on today. I'm so hyped. I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch it now, man. So I have to get going later. So like whenever I get back home, Chihaya greatness. Bring a life of everlasting love. Yo, that's a big TV. Oh, I was afraid I was going to fall. Is Hisashi's master match not happening? So this is the person that Suo was doing all this for. Look at Shanks. That was before Suo-san became the master. Also, she even knew about him like whenever in his upbringing. A personal one. No wonder he respects her reading so much. Why do you play Karuto? What did he answer? Of course he did. What's his answer? He said he hoped that in Karuto he could make something of himself. Simply that. Just to make something of himself. Shanks' backstory? Bro, a young Shanks. Is this why Shanks has such a love? Because we know that he takes care of like a lot of kids back at his house. When we saw in a couple episodes ago. Yo, she's Willy Wonka out here. I'm an old lady with no kids and a divorcee at that. I'll give you the biggest one I found today. Man, she was a mother to all of them. Was less like family. Bad for your ears. And more like my caretaker. Poor eyesight. Her illness causes her field of vision to shrink with time, eventually leading to blindness. She was important to me. But I didn't see it as my concern. If his eyes are his weakness, a few mistakes are going to be inevitable. That's factual. But he's worse than I am at following up after such errors. It's like it's making him more mad. Of course he does, man. Like, he never knows when he's gonna have another opportunity like this. Look at Shanks. You went to remaster that badly. Differential is now 8 cards. Wow. I excelled at all my studies now. Just be sure to make something of yourself. It was like that promise of, please do something. You know, make something of yourself. And Shanks took that to heart. Protect your ears from loud noises. All of that stuff stuck with him for all those years. The fact that he just recently got into this and is this incredible at it. In a year. Shanks is such horrible luck, man. The vision. The vision. Simplified eye chart. My aunt has the same... No. So the same exact disease that... Oh, man. Faster than the body. What you can see narrows to the center of your field of vision. Man. This man is going to go blind someday. What can he do? That was quick. That's what I'm stressing. From the air expelled before any sound was made. It lowers the time taken to reach the unique syllables of the remaining cards. Technique plays a bigger role the longer it takes to reach them. But later in the game, when they start to come quicker, Shanks is in the zone. He's in the zone. Oh, man. How did this feel in it? It's catching up with him. as if sound was a shining light in complete darkness, a different light from each one. The world where that was more important than anything. No, people didn't want to play him because he was too strong. He agreed. Oh, and that's how he got to the point of wanting to win by a certain amount, just so that it could give him some sort of entertainment. Wow, Shanks. I have to feed on other people's passion. Man, dude, Shanks. But look at Haruda, man. He can barely keep. Come on, Haruda, man. Makes the game of Karuta cry. Look at Haruda the hockey. Let's go. Man, dude, yo, Haruda's going in. To the basics. Confirm and reconfirm the cards whose unique syllables have changed. Yo, Haruda's out here. With the master. Shanks got that one. That was really, really close. Facts. You've stopped paying attention to how many cards are left in the grave. Haruda's like, yo, I got you in my pace now. That just shows that Harada is going completely on the offensive, man. Absolutely. There's nothing that Harada wouldn't do at this point in time. That would just be ridiculous. It's all for a purpose, man. It's putting Shanks off of his game. That card is just noise to you, isn't it? Yo, Harada, man. Even Shanks is like, yo, I might be in danger. Man, but Harada, bro. The pain. He's going through so much, man. Come on, Harada, man. What is that? A question? No! His rival! This is what makes this series so GOAT. Yo, that's a top. That's one of the most beautiful scenes I've ever seen, bro. 3.5 seasons of this man telling him this, and that. Now he's the one supporting him. Oh, that's so good. Where's Harada going? Man. Now they're talking back to her. Yo, Inokuma. It's like, this is madness, dude. The cards seem to like you too, of course. They're very fickle, you know. Bro, I can't handle this, man. Of course it is. I feel lighter and so do my shoulders. Thanks to Chihaya. I love these types of scenes, dude. The music. Let's go. For the future generations. It's right there. Who got it? Who got it? No! A double fault! Man, dude. Facts! She moves straight toward it. The title of Queen is granted to Wakamiya once again. I bet you know, Kuma, you have nothing to be ashamed of, and I know she's gonna continuously hurt herself, because that's what you do after a loss like that, but you have nothing to be ashamed of, dog. Please count the cards. They like you. Queen Obu's three-peat. What happened to the stream? Oh, it's because of a tunnel. And the fact that it's luck of the draw? No way, bro. Seriously? In the Masters match? And Taichi knows that better than anyone, bro. Yo, I have goosebumps, dude. Flipping flag darts. It's like they can't move on the first syllable. Now I know what Silva was talking about. He was like, yo, watch them both back to back. I'm so glad. Episode comes out soon. I gotta go pick up Kevin. And when I come back, it's Chihayafuru. Immediately. Very first thing I'm doing when I touch back down to the crib. I'm gonna upload these together. I'm gonna upload them together. Dog. What an amazing... So, my man Shanks... So is the reason why he whispers in the way that he does is to make sure that his ears are in tip-top shape so that he can keep his ears even when he goes blind? Is that why he whispers so much? Because now I understand why he wears sunglasses and why he's done everything that he's done so far and why he loves sweets so much. You know, it's all in the backstory we just saw. But man, to get that deep into Shanks' story right there, man, like, holy flag. Whenever you go that deep into somebody's story, that usually indicates that they might lose. And I think that's what makes Chihayafuru so genius. It's because usually you would expect something like that whenever, I don't know, like, let's say if Arata or Taichi would be taking on the master, right? But no, in this case, it's Harada, and now I literally, bro, like, when this episode comes back, and we get into the next episode, I have no idea who's going to catch this W. I have no idea who is going to catch this W. Because literally, the Master Shanks can lose, and it would make for an incredible redemption arc of him, you know, wanting to actually win and come back to the peak. And Harada could lose, and it could lead to some very, very emotional storytelling from like Taichi or Chihaya or Arata saying, yo, I'm gonna beat him for you. You feel me? So like, now that then same thing with like Inokuma and Queen Obu's match, but now we see that Queen Obu won. And actually something very fascinating about Queen Obu's match is that they were specifying on the whole Tatsuki, you know, holding her up and whatnot. Had she not had that on, she wouldn't have gotten that card. It's literally thanks to that little instance where Chihaya did that for her that she was able to win. And Inokuma was able to commit that double fault. And in that beautiful moment, man, it made me tear up a little bit. It's like, yo, Inokuma, go through the cards because they really like you too. If not, they wouldn't have let you grab her. They grab them. And it's like flag nards, man. When you have Shinobu telling someone that's pure, unadulterated respect. Beautiful scene. But Harada, man. And now the fact that Shanks, you know, because what drives him, and I think the reason why he was so fascinated by Chihaya and now by Harada as well, is that he's interested in passionate people. He's interested in them because he feels like he can't get anywhere without people like that. Extremely passionate people that can move to drive him, because he doesn't have that. He's hollow inside. And he's doing all of this simply for his aunt, because he wants something to do. Which is why this makes it so hard from a prediction standpoint, because literally if this man loses, he will finally gain the thing he's been looking for. He will gain the motivation to want to be great, to want to do something. And at the same time, even if he loses, he can also grab that as well. Because now it's not like he's bored in the middle of his match, you know, controlling it at his will. Instead, it's actually equal and even. Like, Harada's making this man work. I don't know what's gonna happen, man. I don't know what's gonna happen with Chihayafuru. Is amazing. I cannot wait for this episode. Like I said, I'm gonna upload them together, so I'll upload these together. 100%, man. Yo, what an episode, dog. What happens now, bro? It's a luck of the draw. Why do we always have to get these insane luck of the draws that have me sweating, man? And for a Masters match of all things. And this man Arata's heading on the way there even though he's sick, man. That's how you know that you're motivated. This man was sick, couldn't even move. The man said, screw it, I'm heading out, dog. I'm heading out 110%. This series is phenomenal, man. I was talking to my boy Silva last night, and I was like, and we were just talking about, we just can't believe how amazing this series is, where we truly felt that season 2, the end of that was like the peak the series could hit. And I feel like at this point we haven't even seen the series peak because it only gets better and better. It's absolutely insane, man. Can't wait, man. I will see y'all next time. Have an awesome day. Or I should say, I'll see y'all in a couple hours. What an amazing episode, man. Alrighty, let's get right into it. Come on. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at the draw, man. This is beyond critical, man. Man, that moment that his rival had for him was so beautiful. Bro. Bro, they've got to chill with the heartbeats, man. Like, it's hitting me, dog. Like, man, dude. I'm so excited. You know, I feel like with where we currently are, like I was saying earlier, or beginning of the last video, it could go either way, man, and that's really what has, I think, not only me but all of us, you know, so angsty at this point in time and ready to see exactly what's gonna happen, is because either of them can win, you know. This episode needs to start, man. I love this opening with every fiber in my being, but this episode needs to start, man. Let's just enjoy it, man. Let's enjoy it. After this, we only have 21, 22, 23, 24, only 4 weeks left, man. Even if he loses, there's still a 5th match. So good fun going down. Not as much as Shanks, but how that would still be a headache, of course. So your arm's down. It's the Master's card. He very well could. He very well could. Even with the sound that it makes before the. I can't blame Harada. It's in Carta's nature. That's right. That's right. Shanks smiles. No. He didn't move at all. You feel me? Like, yo, I felt it. Yo, Shanks. And Chihayafuru real deal moved all the way to the front. They're really bad, considering it's physical. Yo, man, Shanks, dude. How can you be so calm about this? Come bring this here. His heart is with this card. God, man, look at that pressure. It's me. Makes me strong. It has to be me. He made him fault? He made him fault? No. He made him fault. And now it's the 5th round, but how did I can barely move as it is? That's pretty much what he did. That's exactly what he did, Taiju. The King's hockey, yo. This is what it came down to. Well, at least he has 20 minutes, man. That's what I'm saying, man. It's hot at his knees, bro. And we clearly see him struggling even within this match. Queen Obu's gone. She slumped. Still going on. An unsightly Tusky. How dare you? That's a Tusky that came straight from the heart, dog. The teddy bear? No. Why couldn't I have been born? I want to teach. Yo, it doesn't matter. Pawn him! Someone like him is the master. The idea that he's the strongest person in the entire world of the Carta that I love. Bro, I feel her on that, man. What is Kunobu gonna say? That's coming from Queen Nobu, dude. That came from the heart. Great victories thanks to the people beside. And that came from her. Bro, that's so beautiful, dog. Sure, I did feel a bit like I won because of who was beside me. Yeah. I'm kind of looking forward to the next year's Queen match. Me too, because I know what's gonna happen. I know who's gonna be there. Ah, this is one of my favorite moments, dude. This is beautiful. This is Chihayafuru to me, man. The one I have to fight is the one other player who's the strongest in the world of the Kanata I love. That's right, yo. That's it. That's all you need. Let Taichi or Arata focus on Shanks. Arata made it. No, bro, and Taichi was gonna come there too. All three of them, my God. This series, man. For the answer. Is this real? Oh, they imagined it. It was Kan and Sumida. It was both of them imagining it. Look at Shanks. Sam's going ham. Man, the fact that Shinobu admitted that the reason why she won is because of someone else is so beautiful, and it just adds to the fact that of how much of a genius this writer is for this story. A hair tie? My man's just going try hard, try hard? It's gonna leave him be. It's gonna leave him be. Yo, my man is a real deal out of it. I guess. 100%. There's a different aura to him, bro. There's a different aura. Dog. He cleared his vision. Shanks is there to look directly down. I forgot you were only 26. Yo, Shanks, I envy you. Holy Flagnards. Even the people who were just watching started to burn out as the cards were read one after another. But Dr. Harada never gave up. Telling me, dude. I mean, it looks like my man's is real deal, hockeyed up and ready. Show of respect is also a show of fear. Oh, snap. To truly be the master. Yeah, this. How to the greatness. You got that one? Okay, closer than anyone. He's playing amazingly well for his physical condition. If only I were still young too. Someone young will take what's happened today. It's over, isn't it? Dang, man, Shanks went ham. Harada, man. You did your very best, man. But like he said, and as the true teacher that he is, he stated that someone will take what was learned here today and apply it in the future, man. I highly doubt that Suo's retiring after that. Become a legend of the past sooner than later. Come on, Taichi, don't say that, man. I want you to whoop him, dog. Sorry I couldn't become the master. What I wanted was to see you smile. What was you gonna say? It was fun playing Kare. That's so beautiful, dude. But he finally had fun, man. My retirement. Is he gonna challenge him? Arata doesn't give a flying flag, Nards. Stay the master, because I want to whoop you. That's what I'm talking about, coach. Smile. I'll give you one more year for free. Let's go. Shanks is gonna be waiting for you at the summit, bro. Oh, Flagnards. And I know Harada's ecstatic because that's exactly what he wanted. If he couldn't do it, then at the very least, someone, a younger individual, someone from the next generation will be able to come in. And you know that's gotta hurt Taichi, man. it's to 100% hurt Taichi, because Taichi's thoughts were like, man, I wanted him to retire, and here Arata is challenging him directly. Like, you know what that has to do to Taichi's inner self, dog? Man, what an amazing arc, dude. Maybe inside me now is a girl. I'm reaching out on there. Even if it means I have a boy, please let me win. Since I lost, my challenge ends here. No, that's it for Inokuma, dog. I thought so when the queen lost the second match too. But when you get to be my age, when a young person stops stands still, you see as them planting a seed. From my perspective, you are still young, and that's a shoot. Yo, Kyoko greatness. Man. Go Chihayafuru, son. Facts, right? Where's Taichi at? Facts. Staying behind to play in the Takamata. He's gonna continue training. That's my boy. Yeah, it's like this flipping flag nerd. Amazing episode, man. Dog. I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to do. And what I mean when I say that is, at the end of the season, man, I really, really hope that they announce another season. I really do, man. There's no way in the Flying Flagners I can go that long without Chihayafuru, bro. I'm gonna miss this so much, man. I mean, like, on the manga side, I have my One Piece, man. But, like, on the anime side, since Gintama's gone, and, like, Hunter x Hunter's not ongoing anymore, yo, like, there's nothing that's like this, bro. Flipping Flagnards, man. What an episode. And, you know, this episode, or this season, rather, just like I said before, has been very similar to the way that video games do things, to where they take these little small moments from certain characters, and it really makes it stick with you. Like, really, really makes it stick with you, because Chihayafuru episodes normally are paced, especially in this season, are paced fairly quickly. You know, they're about half and half, right? But it's definitely much, I mean, it's always been a fairly fast-paced series, but they always dedicate time to the characters. And in this season, they've been dedicating a lot of time to the, like, they give, so let's just say there'll be like 4 characters that they'll specifically, you know, focus on for an episode, and then certain other characters will get like their shining moments, but it'll only be like 30 seconds, and it'll still stick with you, right? So Taichi's a great example of that. Taichi barely got to get any screen time within this episode, and yet what we got from him has me extremely excited, because we know from the type of person that Taichi is that he's gonna take what just happened and the thoughts that he just had, because whenever he heard that Suo was about to retire, he was like, man, if Harada couldn't do it, it's best if he can go ahead and retire so that I wouldn't have to face him. That's pretty much what he was about to say to himself. And then to have Arata come in there and do that. Not only that, so now Arata is attacking him on the Karuta side and with Chihaya. So he's getting hit from both sides on that end. And you have to feel for Taichi, man. And it's so beautiful that he doesn't even get on the train. He says, screw it, I'm not going home, dog. I'm gonna play in this thing tomorrow. And I'm gonna get better and better. That's it, man. And I love that about Taichi's character. Then Arata, man, sick as flagnards, and still goes up in somewhere and says, yo, Shanks, see me in hands, though. And Shanks says, yes, I'll wait for you one more year. And, as a big wrestling fan, they often do that to where, at the end of a pay-per-view or, the followers, like a WrestleMania. This is pretty much like WrestleMania here. And, the following night, they'll set up pretty much the rest of the lay the groundworks for what's going to take place for the rest of the year until the next WrestleMania. And that's pretty much what just happened right now, man. Queen Nobu with her speech pretty much set it up I'm actually kind of excited for the Queen match next year. And then Chihaya basically saying yo, man, dog, if I were a man, I would have been able to take on Suo and finally take him off the throne as the strongest in this Karuta world that I love. I can't believe somebody like him is the strongest. But then Queen Nobu immediately brings her down to earth nah, dog, you don't have to face him. You gotta face me. I'm waiting for you at the summit. And I was like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. And the fact that she firmly admitted, we know that she had a lot of empty words in the past, because she just really didn't care for that type of thing. But for this moment, all those came from the heart. The praise for Inokuma, saying that it was fun, and that she never would have won had it not been for the person that was... that for the people beside her, and specifically for a person beside her, and in this case with Chihaya and the Tatsuki, man, and it literally she would not have gotten that card if it wasn't for that. And it's just so beautiful because now that's gonna set up the groundworks for the future, and just the way that it was done is so masterfully. The series is so good, dude. Absolute greatness, man. And then my boy Harada, man, and Shanks. Shanks came out there and put it on because he kept imposing his will and doing his quote-unquote nasty style of Karuta in order to attempt to make Harada make a fault, which is pretty much what the whole tale of their story, of their match, was for the entire first round. About making Harada commit faults, and about Shanks taking advantage of that and being able to win by a certain amount. But what we saw there at the very end is that he actually had to do that in order to secure victory. And there was a big difference for that. As we saw when Harada specifically pointed out in the last episode that he forgot, that he stopped counting on what Shinobu and them were doing. And Shinobu and Inokuma, and stopped keeping up with that and started keeping up completely with Harada's match. And we saw that once match 5 came in, and even though Harada extremely physically impaired, coming into this round, his knees, the fatigue of playing all these matches back to back to back, and he still went up into swimwear, attempted his best, but that was Shanks, that was prime Shanks, nothing, unadulterated hockey, and he just went straight up into swimwear and took care of business. But Harada, that final speech from him was so beautiful because it fits him as a teacher. Yo, even if I can't do it, hopefully somebody here, one of the younger ones, will carry it on for me and take what they saw here and apply it in the future. That is truly the teacher side in Harada, man, and that's so amazing. God, what an incredible arc. The Omi Jingus have all been special. They have all been special. All 3 of them now, of the Omi Jingu arcs are up there for me. In terms of my favorite arcs. The first one was special because it was the first time that we were seeing, we were being exposed to so many of these different things. And that's really when I really started getting extreme. I was invested from Jump Street, and I was extremely addicted from Jump Street into the series. But that middle portion, first got to Omi Jingu, man, it's from then on, it's amazing. And Omi Jingu in number 2 was my favorite part of the story and one of my favorite arcs of all time. And right here, Omi Jingu 3. Man, dude, and it's so great because what I love so much about this series is that a lot of other sports series, they they have the unfortunate, and it's unfortunate in the way that they're done, that once somebody loses or once somebody uh, faces off against one another, it's really hard to pull that off a second time. You know, Hajime no Ippo is really good at doing a second, like a rematch. Ashita no Joe is good at doing, but those are boxing, right? Which has a very similar type of thing to here. But in a lot of other sports animes that I've seen, it's really hard to pull off the rematch unless the main character, you know, loses or whatnot, and multiple different standpoints. Especially if you expose all of the weaknesses of certain characters and really dive into certain characters. Like, it's really hard to pull off that same amount of interest in multiple matches. But what's been masterfully done here in this particular case is that with Chihayafuru in this season, we really got to dive into the psyche of Shanks and the Queen, and because of that, we can firmly expect that the next time that Omi Jingu takes place, and they are there, hopefully on one end against Chihaya and the other hand against either Arata or Taichi, that the stakes are going to be at the very highest that they've ever been. Why? Because both of them have learned something out of this particular instance. You know, the Queen learned how to truly be herself out there and rely on other people and on the cards. Like, you know, of course she has her cards, because that's her escape. You know, those are her friends. But she's also been able to rely on somebody in real life as well. And then, you know, with Shanks and really figuring out how much fun he had facing off against Harada and wanting to have that again. And that with a couple of other things, but, you know, really diving into their characters to the deepest things for both characters. We saw them exposed, and yet I'm equally as excited, and I cannot wait to eventually get the matches between them. And I know that's probably going to be very far off down the line, but I'm excited nevertheless, man, and I cannot wait to see where this series goes from here. We have 4 more episodes left, and just seeing on how season 1 and season 2 ended, I can I can see where they're kind of going. But the thing is, in season 1, it was very much leading into season 2, and then with season 2, they were dealing with Chihaya's injury that she suffered within this match, and they also had the Arata versus Shinobu match that was taking it into the end too. So I'm really interested in seeing what they're going to do with these last 4 episodes and how they're going to take it. But regardless, I cannot wait for the next episode. Amazing stuff, man. Goat Chihayafuru, son. Goat Chihayafuru. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. This week's episode. I'm trying to say this week's episode in the comment section down below. And I'll see y'all next time, man. Flipping greatness, dude.